You know, it's not every day you get to see a moment quite like this. We're talking about a true collision of worlds, global sports royalty meeting the highest political office in the United States. And the setting for this incredible scene? Well, it's one of the most famous addresses on the entire planet, the White House.
So President Trump kicks off the ceremony, and right away he's building the suspense. You can just feel the weight in this opening line, right? He's signaling that this isn't just another routine visit. Nope, something unprecedented is about to happen, and he's got everyone hanging on his every word.
And then, bam, there's the reveal. The guest of honor is none other than Lionel Messi. That one sentence right there tells you everything you need to know about how historic this visit is. A sitting U.S. president formally welcoming, let's be honest, arguably the greatest soccer player of all time to the People's House. Okay, so you might be wondering, what was the official reason for all this? Well, the White House was rolling out the red carpet for the newly crowned 2025 MLS Cup champions, Inter Miami. This whole ceremony was really the grand finale to their incredible championship season, the ultimate recognition of what they achieved. Now look, hosting championship teams is a long-standing tradition at the White House. We've seen winners from the NFL, the NBA, MLB, they've all gotten this honor. But this visit, this one just felt different. It was elevated, all because of the massive global superstardom of its main attraction. And that's a fact the president himself was quick to point out. But then, this very formal event suddenly took a really personal turn. That's what we're getting into here, a fan in the family. This is where we get a little glimpse of the human side of this whole high-stakes meeting. It's a great reminder that behind all the titles and the politics, sometimes people are just fans. And this little story from President Trump about his son just illustrates that perfectly. It's a really fascinating moment that kind of cuts through all the official ceremony stuff and shows you just how far Messi's celebrity reaches. I mean, all the way into the heart of the first family. What's really interesting here is the bigger picture the president painted. While he's honoring Messi, he also makes sure to give a nod to Cristiano Ronaldo, calling them both great athletes. It was almost like a moment of sports diplomacy, you know, recognizing the two players who have basically defined an entire era of soccer. Of course, you can't have a championship visit without the traditional gift exchange. And let me tell you, Inter Miami came prepared. So now we get to the champions' gifts. A ceremonial swap of some very specific and pretty symbolic items to mark the occasion. So let's break down what they brought. First, the jersey, a custom Trump 47, which is also a clever nod to Messi's iconic number 10. You know, the best-selling jersey in the world. Then they presented a limited edition pink Tudor watch, which is a really beautiful symbol for the value of time. And finally, they even had a little something extra for the chief of staff. And the team's co-owner was very clear about the intention here. These were not just souvenirs, they were presented with the hope that they would find a rightful place in the Oval Office, forever connecting their championship win to that historic spot. And that brings us to the grand finale of the visit, the Oval Office invitation. After the public ceremony and the gift exchange, the president extended one final, and maybe the most significant, honor to the team. This was the ultimate honor. Yep, an invitation into the Oval Office itself. This isn't part of the standard public tour, folks. This is a deeply personal gesture, a chance to step inside the very heart of American power and history. A truly special way to cap off an already historic visit. President Trump's own words really capture the gravity of that invitation. He describes the Oval Office as sort of the center of the world. Just imagine what it must have felt like for these athletes to be standing in that room, the very room where so much global history has been made. So, all of this leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. In a meeting between a global sports icon and the leader of a superpower, who is truly honoring whom? Is it the institution honoring the athlete's incredible achievement, or is it the athlete's unmatched star power that brings a unique kind of prestige to the institution? It's definitely something to think about.